Okay, here we are, part 3, our readings for the month of Pisces. We started off with the water signs of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, and we just did our fire signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and now here we are for our earth signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn for the month of Pisces. So, I'm going to get right into it because I sort of have a bit of a time crunch as I'm recording this. So this is going to be a bit shorter, but I'm going to still make it very detailed for all the signs. Okay, so I also include, before I get started, I also included the link of my Pisces Tarot Astrology Overview, which I do each astrological month, so that you can get a little bit of information about the characteristics of the signs that rule that particular month, or the sign that rules that particular month, the planet or planets of influence in the houses. Very basic, just something to wet your whistle to kind of get an understanding of a little bit of how these signs work in relation to the tarot and the planets and the houses. So Pisces, just before we get started again, Pisces rules the 12th house. That is the 12th house of karma, spiritual awakening, secrets, dealing with hidden issues. That's primarily what the 12th house is, and that is ruled by Pisces. So when I do these readings, you could take that into account. Pisces is also ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. Jupiter is its traditional ruling planet, and Neptune is the modern or the outer planet that rules Pisces. And I relate more to the Neptunian influence of Pisces more so than Jupiter. Jupiter kind of sets the environment for Pisces. Jupiter is of luck, abundance, space to move around. Jupiter is a fire sign, or is a water influenced. Jupiter is a fire influenced planet, and Neptune is a water influenced planet. And Neptune deals with transcending, dealing with the inner part of who we are, our subconscious. So I feel that really makes the backbone for Pisces, for that planet, more so than Jupiter. Okay, so with that being said, let's go right into Taurus. Okay, so when I do these readings, you could take into account your moon, your rising, which is your ascendant sign, and also the sun sign. So when I do these readings are set primarily for the sun sign, but if your moon's in Taurus or your rising's in Taurus or any of these other signs, you could listen to the readings that I've done and you can relate it to your moon, rising, or sun sign. And if you have other signs that are in the different elements, you could backtrack to those readings that I did. And so if your moon is in Pisces, you can listen to the reading I did for Pisces and take that into account. Or if your rising is Leo, so on and so forth. Okay, let's get going. All right, so Taurus. Taurus is earth. It's a fixed sign. It is of grounding, stability, security, how we take care of things that are very important to us. Okay, so this is for the month of Pisces. I'm going to be working with the Dreams of Gaia for this month of readings. All righty. So we're at a crossroads here, Taurus. And there's some choices that need to be made. So I have one card that's in the element of air, the other one in water, and the other one being one of the first stages with the Dreams of Gaia, one of the first stages of the stages of life. So Dreams of Gaia has 3 stages. Our stages when we're developing. Our second stage is the experience that we're having during certain parts of our life. And then the third stage, our final stage, is what lessons we've learned from it. What can we take from it? So for Taurus, I'm going to put these 2 cards together because I feel this card will tie everything up. We have choice. Okay. We've got freedom of choice. We have no choice. We have choices that we need to really be very firm and direct about. So if there is anything that is going on right now where you are feeling you're at a crossroads, let's do this. Pisces influence. Pisces is water, so water works really nicely with earth. Water can be very nurturing, healing. It could also be very releasing and opening and delving into certain areas. So when you're coming at this point, if there's anything like this going on right now for choice, decisions, okay, here with our first card of this deck, we see different options. We see different options here. Okay, we have our 3 portals. We see the sword. Have our snake, which could be considered wisdom, also holding the torch for light. I'm going to move a little closer here. So we have these portals, which are openings to the celestial. And so everything is open for us. Okay. This is almost the equivalent to the Fool, but this deck doesn't work with the Rider-Waite system. It's like, where do we want to go with this? Look at everything. I did a reading for one of the other signs. Look at everything for what it is, but with the month of Pisces, also look inside of the effect that could come from it. So if you make a choice, take into consideration the inner consequences, the emotional result from it. What do you think will happen if you were to go through this path as opposed to another path? And if there are shifts that do happen that may shake things up, and with Taurus being very strong and very focused on stability, what can you do to create that and to reinforce that? And so this is all about looking at the ins and outs of what you are going to, what choice, what decision, what direction you're going to make at this time during the month of Pisces. Pisces will want you to really pay attention to how you will feel, what could be the potential outcome from that. Here's our second card. Okay, so this is fire. I think I said cups for this. Apologies if I said cups. 6 of fire. So here we're seeing different views, different perspectives. There's a third party here. We have a mediator. We have an external influence, almost very Hierophant-like. And also we have the cup that's filled up, overfilled actually, the emotions. It's not flowing, but we're seeing that it's reached its peak. And what's interesting here is with this card is we start seeing the results of releasing the excess of emotions and just really looking at both sides of the situation. And any excess, anything that comes out, the way that you're feeling about these choices will lead to something that will flourish, that will grow. This is all about trust. Okay. This is all about communication with yourself, and also what you are about to face, what you are going to be working through. Okay. So again, we have the choice. We have the directions that we need to focus on. but be mindful. There's not a lot of movement, if anything, in the Six of Fire. Okay, this energy is now, this fiery energy is now being temporarily contained to take a moment to assess what has been done, what needs to be done, and what the outcome could be from all of this. And this is where this card leads from this into this kind of thinking, this kind of perspective. So everything's becoming still. And this is what I'm feeling very strongly with all the readings I've been doing so far, especially with the fire signs. We're gonna literally stop. Okay. We're gonna do more than slow down. We're gonna stop and really connect to what's going on at this time. Pisces being that last sign of the astrological wheel. It closes down our winter season before we get ready for spring and open up to Aries energy. The other card I have here, the next card, this is Ace of Air. Okay. New perspectives, new directions. Pay attention to how things are forming while Taurus, while you're going through all of these different experiences. Don't rush into it, which will be natural for Taurus because Taurus really doesn't, only when pushed, if forced, like overly forced, they will potentially act a little bit more aggressively. But in this case, this energy for Taurus, we want to slow things down. Okay, right across the board for all the signs. Pisces, we're going to slow this energy for the month of Pisces. We're going to slow energy almost to a stop and look at everything. Be rational. I use some words over and over again with some of the elements because I feel those words work very strongly when it comes to setting a direction or releasing something. Let's simplify things. The more simplified things are, the more you have space, the more you could see things. There's windows of opportunity that can open up for you, Taurus. So let's focus focus on that. The choices, what is important, where you are now, what has happened already, where do you want to go next? Okay. Look at every possible option. Okay. And do it slowly. Move gracefully through these choices, through these ideas that you're coming. And it will lead, okay? There may be some emotions that are stirring that could sort of aggravate, but don't put that energy into it. We want to put energy into something where we're seeing everything for what it is, but we're taking things now the next step, moving into a new direction, a new way of perceiving things. Okay, Taurus? So this reading goes for me as well because it fits pretty closely to things that have happened in the past and now where to go next. So in no particular order, have the choice card. This is from the Dreams of Gaia. Six of Fire. We're containing that movement so that we have this time of putting those fiery energies inward and moving from outside and moving inward with our feelings, with what needs to be shifted, but connecting to all of that and making these choices. This is the Ace of Air or Ace of Swords, if you want. So you can use these cards. This is going to be hard, but you can sort of use it in relation to the full card because the major arcana in this deck does not relate to any of the known systems that are currently out there. Okay, so there you go, Taurus. Next up, we have Virgo. Taurus rules our spring season, the mid-late part of spring, and then Virgo rules the later part of summer. Virgo is mutable, but earth sign. So their perspective on things is very detailed. They listen, they ask questions. The more information they have, the more they know how to move forward in whatever action, whatever responsibility needs to be taken. They have an interesting way of seeing things and understanding things, and it comes from the mind. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and so that deals with communication. And Virgo deals with communication the way that they get everything that they need. They ask all the questions and they go through all the hoops and whatnot. And once they got what they need or what they feel is needed to move forward, then they start taking action. Okay, so this will be for Virgo. I need to step away for a quick second because I have something on or in the oven. I'll be right back. All right, Virgo, here we go. So Virgo and Pisces. Which is Pisces opposing sign. So both mutable. That's the one thing they share in common. Their elements are different. So let's see how Pisces can be of guidance. More of potential emotional support for Virgo during the opposing sign of Pisces for Virgo. Okay. I see a lot of growth right now for Virgo. I have two cards, water and one in earth, and then one card from one of the stages of life within this deck, but it's midway. It's like this, it's the midpoint of our life's journey and how we approach things at this time. So let me put this here. All right, first card. So we have here 6, or second 6 card here, 6 of earth. Okay, so this is work. This is devotion to work. This is the energy that's needed to put into something that you are so dedicated to. It creates the foundation that you need. It creates the stability. It creates security that is very important for you, Virgo. But what happens here with this energy for Pisces, okay, all 3 earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, they're all hard workers. They have a very unique stance to work ethic, and the planetary influences play a role in that. So with Virgo, okay, they're their work ethic, tongue-tied today, their work ethic comes through the way that they communicate, okay? And so Virgo is a hard sign. Sometimes they push themselves so much forward and putting the needs of others first that they tend to put themselves second, third, fourth. Virgo really doesn't, in this case, they really don't think so much about themselves. It's all about the well-being of someone else. So they will do, practically, they will do what is best needed. They will see the situation and they will approach it in a very straightforward manner. Remember what I was saying? Keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate it. And also, again, for Pisces this month, work, but don't overwork. Because I feel with this month, it could be potentially a bit more draining. And some things may start welling up that you really don't want to deal with, but if it does, you will have to work through that. But this work ethic for Virgo is all about what's needed to meet other people's needs, and they will do anything for it. And we have here, we have the bowl of fruit, we have the sickle, we see the tools that are being used. Earth signs, when it comes to work, they will work with the elements, the tools, not an overabundance of tools, but what is really needed: a pen, pencil, paper, a tarot deck, a journal. That's it, for example. Not 5 decks, not 6 different colored pens to highlight certain things. That's over processing. And at that point, you'll start wanting to perfect things, and it's going to be a bit too much. Keep everything simple. Okay, next card I have here is 8 of Water. So 8 of Water, we start getting emotionally the sense of purpose, the sense of understanding. Everything that Virgo is working on and doing will start shifting inside. You'll start feeling like I'm starting to feel benefits. I think I'm starting to feel recognized. And emotionally, you're going to feel like you have a purpose. Not that you don't, but you can work so much and you feel like your work isn't being recognized. And that isn't a big deal for Virgo as opposed to Leo. But Virgo wants to know secretly that, they're being acknowledged for their work. Like, thank you. Thank you for doing all of this. It's appreciated. And that helps. That motivates an earth sign like that, especially when they're using so much of the mind. So to get some sort of emotional connection, some sort of, understanding that their work is appreciated is very important. So not Virgo, I'm not saying to go out and get this, but just keep doing what you're doing. And the people who will recognize it, they will let you know. And those are the people that you want to stay connected to. The other card that I have here, before I go to that, what we're looking at here is alignment. So we see the chakras. They're placed differently, but we got the root. We have part of the chakras here. We have the crown chakra. This is the result of feeling the benefits of your endeavors. Everything feels good inside and out. And do that. When you do your work, Virgo, do your work so much that you are pleasing others, but also make sure you're pleasing yourself. Make sure you're enjoying what you're doing. And if there isn't anything that you're enjoying of this process, ask yourself, what can I do to make it better? What can I do to make those changes? Okay. So here we have 18. This is one of the later stages in the dreams of Gaia, of the life journey. We have the thought. Okay, so we're looking. Okay, we're exploring, trying to find answers at this point. And I'm feeling these two cards in particular work very nicely together because it is that connection of the heart and the mind. What is needed? What is needed to bring these two realms, conscious and subconscious, external and internal, reality versus what's hidden here? Start looking within yourself. Okay, Virgo, let's start exploring these things. If there is something that is amiss, if there's something that is not right, this is the month to do it. And Pisces will be there. Pisces is water. Pisces will communicate to you in a different way the best approach. Follow intuition a bit more. Okay, let go, trust. Okay, so Virgo, the cards again is Six of Earth. Keep doing that hard work, but don't overdo it. And then I have here the Eight of Water. Okay, finding that sense of purpose and finding what is needed to make yourself happy if a situation isn't good. What can you do that can make yourself feel fulfilled? Okay, and then we have, again, thought. Start exploring this. Start using the best way to analyze and to go into certain aspects of a situation to get answers, to get the answers that you need. Okay, so that's for you, Virgo. So some work done for the month of Pisces, but do what makes you feel happy. That's the most important thing. It's still fine to think of other people and be there and support them, but don't give so much of yourself that you forget, to take care of you. Okay, that's part of the influence of Earth. It's taking care of ourselves and not overdoing it or losing ourselves into work. Okay, gotta step away. No, Spirit. No. All right, Capricorn. Here we go, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, ruled by the stern planet of Saturn. Discipline, restrictions, limitations, karma, time. Saturn is a earth sign, or earth planet. So you got earth and earth, Capricorn being earth. Capricorn's also a cardinal sign. So it welcomes in the winter season, which, we're getting close to wrapping up in about a month or so. So there's Capricorn can come across with that Saturnian influence, depending on where it is in its chart and its placement, can come across very direct, but also kind of like, I don't want to use the word cold, but like in a way where they may express themselves almost in a unfeeling way. And this isn't of all Capricorns. This is just an example of someone who has quite a bit of Capricorn in their chart. So, and they love work. They love the deadlines. I feel Capricorns work very well. They like a good challenge. They work well under pressure. So I know what's going to happen with Pisces for this month. We need to start slowing that energy down. Ooh. I guess maybe not. Okay, I got 3 cards here. One that is of nurturing and the other one of fire and earth. So I want to focus on those because I think this is going to be a very interesting reading for Capricorn. Let's go with our first card here. This is Ace of Earth. This is our symbol here for Earth. We have a green dragon. Very connected to foundation and keeping that kind of stability in everything that they do. But here, this is the ace. This is the beginnings. So of Capricorn, we have this energy of where we're still focused, we're still working hard, but I feel that we need to start moving in something new. Okay, still keep Capricorn, still keep all of those characteristics of being hard work. Don't push yourself too much because I'm feeling with these cards there's going to be a shift in the direction of how you do things, especially when it comes to what you're spending a lot of your time in. This card is, or this reading I'm feeling isn't so much of relationships, but definitely for work, but also taking care of yourself. So we have the Ace of Earth, okay, for initiating a new project, a new direction of where you need to go. And then I got Ace of Fire. So this sort of pushes that energy. Okay, we're moving forward, we're moving in a direction. Start planning, start putting things into its early stages of development, which we have here with the spider and the egg. We're seeing a formation. We're seeing work being done, but we're not taking action just yet. And a lot of the readings that I get, especially for this month of Pisces, don't release anything just yet. I feel really strongly about that. Wait until we go into the spring season of Aries and Taurus. Then we could start releasing. We could start going into the next chapter, the next direction of our journey. But for now, everything is a work in progress, but we're getting towards that point where it's like, okay, it's already full grown, it's already at its state, time to release it. So if there is something that you're working on and you have that excitement, it's like, oh, I'm getting so close to it, keep going with that energy. For those who don't quite feel that energy and they feel like, I'm not quite ready to work on it, I think what is best, especially with these 2 cards, okay, this is Ace of Earth and Ace of Fire. Start showing or start preparing to show some part of what's being shifted. Okay, what's being changed, what's being modified. Let's start showing some growth, because that's what we've been doing from the fall season to winter. From winter to where we are now, we're preparing for spring. So, people start, they get the spring cleaning, they start cleaning things out, so on, so forth. This is the time, if you're that kind of person, to start organizing things that you want to let go of. And then in the spring, when you release all of that, you start making room for something new. And that's where the whole idea of spring is, releasing, showing what's being in progress. Next card that I have here, we have the Mother card. So with Capricorn, the Mother card is ruled by the planet Venus. So I'm feeling with Capricorn and these two particular cards of the aces of fire and earth, and having this Mother card. Okay, this Mother card is someone who is it's feminine energy, but it's also someone who who has a strong sense of self. They are someone that people can go to. They can find comfort. Okay. This can necessarily be influences that you could bring into you. Maybe start making steps of self-care. If you've been pushing yourself too much, let's work on this. Pisces will definitely put you in that direction, but with Pisces, it's going to connect you more with the healing aspect. If there's anything that's been going on inside that has been of conflict, let's start using the nurturing side of us, or start honing into that. We have this energy, each and every one of us. However you identify yourself, masculine, feminine, we have this energy. And we need to work more with this to bring in these influences to help us in the process to move forward. So Capricorn, this reading here does show shifts, but it's also asking to be a little bit more kinder, a little bit more less hard on yourself, be a little bit more understanding. And if that's hard, if you know someone who has this kind of energy, potentially go to that person. This could be someone that you see on social media, someone that maybe has a book out or whatever. Listen to words that someone of this characteristic, of this caliber, Venusian energy of comfort, care, of well-being. Okay. And put yourself first. Okay. So this is part of the process while all of this is going on as well. We're initiating these energies. We're getting these different forces in action, foundation, moving forward towards things, getting ready to release, something that is being developed, something that is calling you. If there's a calling that is very strong to you, I think now's the time to really follow through with it. Okay. But don't go full out. Okay. Let's have a set direction. Let's have a set focus when moving into a new aspect of your life. Okay, so that's Ace of Earth. So that could be Ace of Pentacles for this card. And then Ace of Wands for fire. And then the Mother or Empress card. And any other decks that you have, you can make reference to for this. Okay, so Capricorn, we're going to soften this energy up for this month of Pisces and really listen inside to what's going on while creating. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I know you can do it while creating that Ace of Earth and Ace of Fire influences to help you keep moving, but keeping a set direction on things. Okay. All righty. So there you have it. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn for the month of Pisces. Next and last will be our air signs, which will be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, so that will be coming up probably the following day. I've decided to kind of space these videos out to one a day so everyone can just view them instead of all at once. So I'll be doing the air signs next, which will probably be released within 1 or 2 days. Okay, so have a wonderful week. Any questions that you have about these readings that I do, I also have a website, so on and so forth. All that information is still included in the description. So feel free to reach out to me. And Air signs, I will see you next. All right. Have a wonderful day, morning, and I will be talking to you soon.